For over 28 years, this beachfront restaurant has been a staple in the Dennis community. Sandy, raised on a dairy farm in New York, and Robin from Maine decided to bring the country to the water. Thus, the Sailing Cow was born.
We try to keep it affordable so that families can come and enjoy. But our menu is basically born from a lot of guest feedback. Like, we started out with a basic menu. We kept the farm theme, the dairy farm theme, and a lot of the names that you see. And then we'd run specials, and as the specials took off and customers started ordering them, they became permanent parts of our menu.
In a place known for fishing boats, beaches, and salty air, they added a touch of dairy farm personality, making it memorable, quirky, and unmistakably local. Over the years, the Sailing Cow became more than just a place to eat. It became part of the Dennisport community.
But our staff is probably the key to our success. They are the first individuals that any of our guests see. They wait on them, they bus tables, they cook their food. Our staff is very important. They've made us successful. We need every one of them in order to deliver what we're delivering.
The Sailing Cow wanted to give back to the community that gives so much to them, so they launched Cowmunity, the Kindness is Contagious campaign, highlighting acts of kindness, local outreach, and neighborhood support.
And so we started Cowmunity, and Cowmunity is really random acts of kindness. And what we do is, we started doing it because sometimes people just need a little help with something, right? And it's not a big event. It's just something to help somebody, like buying a cup of coffee for somebody or buying groceries for a family who's in need. We give our patrons the opportunity to round up their checks or donate money to Cowmunity, and we take that money and we put it back into the community. We try to buy and source as much local as we can. We try to use as many local vendors as we can and kind of spread the wealth, right, and have everybody kind of share.
For locals, it's another chapter in the ongoing story of Dennisport, a place where farm roots meet the waterfront.
If the flags are flying, we're open. That's what we always tell people. You know, maybe we're just a little piece of Cape Cod, but we try, you know, with respect, kindness, and, you know, doing the right thing for people.
Have you ever been walking down the street or driving around your neighborhood and you happen to see a tiny house on a pole? It kind of looks like a birdhouse for a really big bird, but if you take a closer glance, it's actually a free little library. Little Free Library is a nonprofit organization based in St. Paul, Minnesota. Their mission is to be a catalyst for building community, inspiring readers, and expanding book access for all through a global network of volunteer-led Little Free Library book exchange boxes. Somehow, it has made it all the way to our peninsula. A Little Free Library is a free book sharing box where anyone may take a book or leave a book. They function on the honor system. You do not need to share a book in order to take one. But if you do take a book or two from a little library, try to bring some to share to that same library or another in your area when you can. If you don't feel like driving all the way around town to find these little boxes, don't worry, there is of course an app to help you. The app not only makes it easy to find little libraries wherever you are, but you can also get directions, create routes, save your favorites, and track the ones you visited. You can even start a free little library of your own. You can choose any design that you would like, or you can purchase one through the nonprofit's online store. You can apply at littlefreelibrary.org.
I'm Jen Pina, producing artistic director here at Cape Cod Theatre Company, Harwich Junior Theatre. Cape Cod Theatre Company, Harwich Junior Theatre is a multi-generational, educational community theatre in our 74th season. We were founded by Betty Bope. She was an educator here and in Boston, and she founded what was then the Harwich Junior Theatre at the Exchange Hall in Harwich Center in 1952 with their first show, Cinderella. It grew from there, from the Harwich Junior Theatre, which was mostly producing shows during the summer and for young audiences and families, to where we are now, which is multi-generational theater with shows for audiences of all ages, with up to 10 fully produced shows happening year-round every year, multiple partnerships with other local artists and performers, so we have special events throughout the year and a really robust education program. So we have classes year-round through 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall sessions from ages 4 through adult. We have camps while school is on break during school vacations and summer vacation. We have classes from creative drama through Broadway Kids, through singing for the stage, creative drama on the spectrum, scene study for adults. It just goes on and on and on. I saw my first play here when I was 5. It was Emil and the Detectives. And my older brother, Joel, was in the play, and I was on the edge of my seat. The theater went dark, and there was this sort of warm glow, and we were a family that read a lot of books, so for me, storytelling was just a part of the magical part of the day, and to see this story come to life and have my brother be in it, I thought, I want to do that. And then through the years, I've played a number of different roles here, in plays, but also had multiple jobs here. So I've done everything from children's theater to junior players, our teen ensemble program, both being in it and teaching it, to Shakespeare and some of the classics, to experimental theater, and I've been an actor, a director, choreographer. I've been an usher and a house manager. I've done really almost every job, and now producing artistic director as well. I'm so fortunate to work with the folks that I do here. We have a very small, incredibly talented, hardworking, and dedicated full-time staff. And then we have this huge team of contractors who are either teaching artists or production team members that really reach out into the whole community. We're just so fortunate. And then beyond that, volunteers, a volunteer board, volunteer front of house folks, people who do all sorts of things for us, and then our business partners and sponsors too. So in that way too, we really are a community theater. For more information about volunteering, taking a class, auditioning for a show, coming to see a show, anything else you want, you can walk in the door. I would say my door is always open, but there's not even a door on my office. So come on in and say hello. And you can look at our website, capecodtheatrecompany.org. We are a true community theater, so we're multi-generational in every way you can think of. We've been around for multiple generations. We have multiple generations who are on the staff, on the board, in our classes, in a play at any given time. Multiple generations come to see our shows. We've got grandparents, parents, grandkids all together. And we could not do it without volunteers. We're here for that purpose. We're here as a community organization, a community theater, and the community part's really important.
Hi, I'm Z. Crocker. I'm with the Barnstable Clean Water Coalition, and we're an organization here on Cape Cod in the town of Barnstable, although we're focused on work that really is relevant for the whole county, for the whole peninsula, and that is clean water. How do we make sure on Cape Cod we have clean water, and what are the issues? Is there a water problem? Well, yes, there is. There's a problem because there's so many of us. And all of us, about 170,000 households on Cape Cod, are constantly generating wastewater. And in the wastewater, we have a lot of nutrients. The principal problem for the estuaries, for the salt water, is nitrogen. That comes from our urine. And that really doesn't get treated by our cesspools or by our Title V systems that we have. So we're trying to figure out how do we fix that problem. And Barnstable Clean Water Coalition is working on two things. One is a new kind of septic system, an alternative advanced septic system that can remove nitrogen. And the other thing we're working on is what are we going to do about the groundwater already? So the groundwater on Cape Cod is saturated with nitrogen-loaded water. And when that water gets into the salt water, it really is just fertilizer that causes algal blooms for algae to grow. Whether it's seaweed that you can see easily with your eyes, or whether it's, gee, the water's brown, what's going on? And that can be microscopic algae. In either case, it wasn't the way it used to be when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I could sit on the dock and fish, and I could see 10 or 12 feet in the water, and I could see the fish take my bait. Now, when I sit on an estuary almost anywhere on the south side of Cape Cod, I can only see about this deep. And that's the problem. We want to fix that. We can fix that. It'll take about a generation, but that's the passion, that's the work, that's what we're doing at Barnstable Clean Water Coalition. And the other thing we're trying to do is look at restoration of certain cranberry bogs. Some cranberry bogs, and we've acquired about 65 acres of cranberry bogs in the heart of Marston's Mills. And these are actually at the headwaters, at the very beginning of the Marston's Mills River. So we're looking at these restorations kind of like a restoration, a mini version of the Everglades, turning it back into a wetlands. Wetlands are the most successful natural way to clean water of any kind of contaminant, any kind of nutrient. And these wetlands can filter out the nitrogen, turn it into gas. The plants consume it, can filter out other contaminants as well. So that's a great system. But we really said, if we don't have clean water, what do we have? Here, we can intercept water that flows down the Marston's Mills River and gets to the estuary in just 5 hours. And that's a great target for us to clean up the water, because groundwater moves 1 to 4 feet a day on Cape Cod. So if you want to understand more about our work, look at our videos, volunteer, donate money to us. If you're passionate about the water on Cape Cod, come see what we do. Barnstable Clean Water Coalition, that's us. We're passionate. We'd love to get you involved. Thanks for listening.
Hello, and welcome to the Hyannis Fire Safety Minute. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is firefighter paramedic Henry Rex with the Hyannis Fire Department, and I'm here today to talk to you about summer fire safety. As the weather warms up, we spend more time outside. Fire pits and grills become a big part of summertime gatherings. They're a great way to enjoy time with family and friends, but they also come with real fire and burn risk if not used safely. For recreational fire pits, remember that the fire must remain small and manageable, no greater than 3 feet in diameter. Any fire larger than that is no longer considered a recreational fire. Fire pits should always be placed on a flat, non-combustible surface and located at least 25 feet away from structures or combustible materials. In addition, keep a 15-foot area around the fire pit clear of dry vegetation, leaves, furniture, or anything else that could ignite. Pay attention to overhead hazards as well, including tree branches and awnings. Never use gasoline or other flammable liquids to start or relight a fire. All fires must be constantly attended. Children and pets should stay a safe distance away from the fire area. It is also required to have a garden hose, fire extinguisher, or bucket of water readily available in case the fire needs to be quickly extinguished. Avoid using fire pits on especially windy days, as embers can travel quickly and ignite nearby grass, brush, or structures. When it comes to grilling, always grill outdoors and never inside a garage, porch, or enclosed area because of the dangers of fire and carbon monoxide buildup. Grills should be kept at least 10 feet away from the house, deck railing, siding, or other combustible materials. Before using your gas grill, check propane connections for leaks by applying soapy water to the hose and fittings. Bubbling can indicate a leak. Keep the grill clean to prevent grease fires and never leave a hot grill unattended. After grilling or using a fire pit, charcoal and ashes can stay hot for hours, so dispose of them safely in a metal container once fully cooled. Most importantly, avoid distractions while cooking or tending a fire. Many outdoor fires happen simply because someone stepped away just for 1 second. A few simple precautions can prevent injuries, property damage, and emergencies, helping everyone enjoy a safe summer. Thank you and stay safe.
The weather from the spring of 2026 may have left a bit to be desired for just about everyone. But if there were ever a sign that sunny and warmer days were on their way, it would be the Gateway Sand Sculpture here at the Yarmouth Chamber of Commerce on the corner of Higgins Crow Road and Route 28. Since 2011, Fitzy Snowman Sculpting has exercised his artistic license, much to the delight of Cape residents and visitors, as a means of kicking off the summer season.
It's really a great thing that's been going on since 2011. People look forward to it. We do up to 30. This year we're doing 23 sculptures. And people go, they grab maps. After we're done, they just travel around and they look at all the sculptures. But they're at the sculptures, they're also patronizing those businesses too, kind of saying thanks, you know, for participating. So it's a great boost for the businesses. It's a great experience for the tourists that are coming in. And it's great for me because 5 million people come through this town every year. And so all those people are seeing my art. So it's like having a public gallery.
Of course, Sean Fitzpatrick doesn't work alone. His business partner Tracy is the detail-oriented half of this team, while Sean focuses on the creative end of things. And if they sound like a married couple with their back-and-forth chatter, there's good reason.
It'll be 39 years we're married in June, and working together, sometimes I have to remind him that I have an extra pillow, and I will use it if I have to. And I mean, we go back and forth. I mean, we get along fine, but that's like we bicker back and forth, like, no, that doesn't look right. No, fix that. But we get along fine. We haven't killed each other yet.
Beyond the 39 years of marital bliss, these two have been enjoying sandbox playdates since they first met, all the way back when Tracy's family moved into Sean's neighborhood on the North Shore of Massachusetts.
I go down there, I see a little girl, she's like walking in the street, like in the middle of the street, and they're unloading all the stuff going to the house. Walk up to her, I'm 5 years old at the time. I reach over, I give her a little kiss on the cheek, and she starts bawling instantly, right? So I look out and I'm like, oh, what did I do, you know? All of a sudden, 5 of her older brothers come running out of the house. That was my first impression of that family to them, so didn't go over very well. I learned how to run pretty quick, that's how that worked out.
For roughly 10 months out of the year, this artistic duo will reside in homes and sleep in beds that don't belong to them, as they tour coast to coast, being commissioned to produce their incredible artwork for corporate and community events all over. They've been featured on national television and are recognized far and wide, not only for their work with sand, but also for their pumpkin carving and ice and snow sculpting. They've worked for several Fortune 500 brands, as well as many professional sports leagues. Yet, almost in spite of all of their accolades and achievements, they remain two of the most grounded people that anyone would want to meet.
We're out here with the people, and honestly, it's what we love most about this job is the people that we meet. We meet some great people, and it's like you can be having a down day, and like, oh, this is, you know, not working the way I want, and someone will show up and be like, oh, you changed my day, you know, thank you so much for what you do, you make the town better, and it makes you feel better. So you don't know what kind of day they're having and how much effect you have on them just by making a sand sculpture.
For Sean Fitzpatrick, it probably feels like a lifetime ago that he was entrenched in his career as an auto mechanic, just tinkering with the idea of doing this type of thing after making a pretty impressive snow sculpture for his young daughter. Now, all these years and thousands of tons of sand later, could there be a potential retirement somewhere on the horizon?
I feel like I might take my last breath on a pile. You know, it brings me too much joy. It's stressful. It beats up the body. but when you're so passionate about something, it's almost like you don't have a choice. So no, retirement is never in my future.
In Chatham, the Mack Memorial stands beside the Coast Guard Station and Chatham Lighthouse, honoring the owner and crew of the barge Wadena and 7 men from the Monomoy Life-Saving Station who drowned attempting to rescue them. In March 1902, the Wadena and another ship were stranded at Shovelful Shoals near Monomoy Point. Though both crews were initially rescued by the Monomoy surfmen, 5 men, including Wadena's owner, returned days later to salvage cargo. A northeast gale trapped them on board. On March 17th, Captain Marshall Eldridge and 7 surfmen responded to the distress signal. Their lifeboat capsized in rough seas and only Ellis survived, clinging to the boat until rescued by Captain Elmer F. Mayo. The memorial, erected in 1903 by the family of William Henry Mack, the Wadena's owner, lists the names of the lost and includes stanzas from Alfred Lord Tennyson's poem, Crossing the Bar. The tragedy, which claimed 12 lives, deeply affected Harwich and Chatham communities. Visitors are welcome at the monument and encouraged to explore Chatham's other historic sites. The Mack Memorial is located at 37 Main Street in Chatham. Cape Media Center, building communities through media.
The airport here on George Ryder Road adds one more layer of uniqueness to the town that makes up the elbow of Cape Cod. Chatham is one of only 4 towns on the Cape to have an airport. And while the town owns the airport itself, there are no town employees working here. One of those non-town employees is Tim Howard. It's been a long road since he first showed up here as a college grad with a mechanic's license looking for a job to where he is now, owner and operator of Stick and Rudder Aero Tours, which encompasses maintenance, flight training, and the sightseeing business. Oh, and he manages the airport too, which gives him more of a chance to interact with the public than he may have had anywhere else.
We're one of the few, I'll call it gem airports, where the public can get right up and close and personal. I mean, if they just come to eat up at Hangar B, they can sit right out there and be 10 feet from a classic biplane and watch, you know, how that procedure works and see how that whole process is. And it stimulates a lot of people who want to, you know, become pilots or get into aviation. Not just flying, but there's also the maintenance aspect, being a mechanic or a technician. There's also airport management. There's a variety of other careers within aviation that we can expose them to here besides just flying.
As for finding reliable local help here at the CQX, that got a little easier when Cape Cod Community College started their Aviation Maintenance Tech program back in 2016.
We had good success with their graduates, and it's great that they're local, because that's the #1 challenge with running a business like ours on the Cape, is getting help that can afford to live in this area because it's so expensive.
Shop supervisor Evan Eldridge is a graduate of that inaugural 2016 program. And the only thing better than the job placement that the program offered was the actual job's proximity to home, just down the road in Harwich.
Yeah, that is really, really nice. Not having to worry about the bridge at all is a huge, huge plus. And being close to home, my family, and just the familiar area that I grew up with and love, you know, it's my home. So it's nice to be able to stick around and stay local and contribute to the, you know, the rest of the community here somewhat.
And the jobs aren't just relegated to graduates of the program. This youngster with the James Dean hair found out about this job and the program at the same time. Now with about 1/3 of the classes under his belt, he does a little bit of everything around here. Not bad for this Chatham native who can ride his bike to work in about 5 minutes.
I'm friends with one of the professors at the Four Cs, and he told me about this program, and I was like, hey, I love working on things. I'd love to get into that. And just so happens that I received an email on my Gmail that said, Chatham Airport is looking for a front desk person. And so I was like, jumped right on it, got in there. I got an interview with Tim, asked me a few questions. I got right on the job here, started working on weekends.
As for the public, they're fortunate to not only get to watch these planes take off and land, but that the contract with the town requires the airport to give sightseeing tours. It's a feature that's kept people coming back here for over half a century.
The tourism aspect is undeniable in the town of Chatham, especially on Cape Cod. So the sightseeing flights are super popular, and we see repeat people coming back year after year after year. So yeah, that's an important part of our business, for sure.
What better way to experience flying over this end of Cape Cod than to actually do it myself? And we'll be doing it in this biplane. Of course, I won't be able to take my big camera up with me, so we'll take the GoPro and try to capture some of the magic up there. But before we headed up, our pilot Dan Kelly made sure that all the safety boxes were checked and we were clear for takeoff. Before long, the propeller was spinning and we were taxiing down the runway. And faster than we could say the actual word takeoff, the wheels were off the ground. Listening over my headset and looking back at Dan, who works for a major airline during the week flying the big jets, I could tell that he was still having just as much fun flying this biplane as I was having as a passenger.
This plane's so responsive, you just kind of think and it does it. So, I think I want to turn left and it kind of just goes that way. It's just super sharp on the controls, it's responsive. You have 2 sets of ailerons that help the roll of the wing, and that just makes it more responsive than a little Cessna, and it's just super fun. It's nothing like having the wind blow through your hair flying over the Cape.
It turns out I was able to take the big camera up here with me, and I did my best not to drop it into the ocean while trying to capture the experience that Dan Kelly hopes everyone has when they come here.
I always make the joke of this isn't what you get on Google Maps, right? It's not the same. You're flying around on the Waco, the wind's rushing through your hair. You just get this really neat perspective of the Cape that you're not going to get just looking at the satellite imagery. So people being able to take away, departing out of here and then just seeing what we have in terms of the national seashore, right, and how it's so protected. You have so much land, and people don't realize how much isn't developed, and that's what really makes the Cape a special place.
Hey, I'm Kayla. I was an intern at Cape Media Center back in 2019, and that experience totally launched my career in media.
And I'm Destiny. I was right there with Kayla in 2019, learning everything from camera work to editing and loving every second of it.
The staff here at Cape Media Center were always hands-on and always willing to answer our questions, especially with our final project.
We created a series of videos called the Blue Economy Project, where we dove deeper into how the ocean plays a vital role in Cape Cod's economy.
The series was well approved, and we couldn't have done it without the Cape Media Center.
Fast forward to now, I'm working in live music production and have even worked at venues such as Gillette Stadium and Fenway Park.
And I actually came full circle. I'm back at the Cape Media Center, this time on staff.
Cape Media Center gave us the tools, the confidence, and the real-world experience to chase our creative goals.
It's more than just a media center, it's a launch pad for your future.
Start your story at Cape Media Center in Dennisport.
Cape Media Center,
your voice,
your vision, your community.